Binding of Isaac. Repentance Plus has more than 700 items, and a small handful of them are famous inside the community for one specific reason. They look strong on the pickup screen and quietly cost new players entire runs. This isn't a tier list, and it isn't about rare, hard-to-get items. Every single thing in this video is common, shows up early, and gets picked up by thousands of new players every week without a second thought. 5 items and decisions in the order you'll actually run into them, starting with the one that fools almost everyone the first time they see it. A familiar that looks exactly like a healing item. The pattern repeats across the entire item pool, and once you can spot it, it changes how you evaluate every pickup for the rest of your run. The first one is Dark Bum, and it's a trap because of how good it looks. Dark Bum is a familiar that follows you around, and for roughly every 1.5 red hearts you pick up, it converts that heart into something random. A soul heart, a black heart, a helpful blue spider, a random pill, card, or rune, or a hostile spider that immediately attacks you. New players grab it thinking it's a free upgrade to their healing, and for players who don't lean on red hearts, it can genuinely be fine. The problem is builds that specifically need red hearts, like Judas, anything using Book of Virtues, or a run where you're relying on a specific red heart cost item, because Dark Bum intercepts those hearts before you ever get to choose what to do with them. You lose control of your own healing in exchange for a slot machine. The fix isn't never taking it. It's knowing what your build needs before you grab a familiar that changes the rules on every heart pickup for the rest of the run. None of that makes Dark Bum a bad familiar across the board. For red heart independent builds, like ones leaning on soul hearts or Book of Virtues charge-ups, it can quietly become one of the better familiars in the game. The judgment call is the whole point. Next, 2 active items that cost health instead of a normal charge bar, and new players use them exactly like every other active, which is how you end up at half a heart with 3 rooms still to clear. Blood Rights costs a full heart of health per use and hits every enemy in the room for real damage, tied to the Necronomicon effect. Use it again in the same room and the second cast only costs half a heart, which the game never explains anywhere. IV Bag works the same way. Heart for damage, no ambiguity. Both are genuinely strong, high damage items. That's not the trap. The trap is treating them like tarot cards, something you tap on cooldown without thinking. If you're already down to 2 hearts, either item can end your run faster than the enemies in the room would have. The actual skill is simple. Check your health total before you press the button, not after. Players who track that one habit turn these from run enders into 2 of the strongest actives in the entire item pool. A useful habit. Glance at your heart count as a reflex before every use, the same way you'd check ammo in a shooter, and neither item will ever catch you off guard. This one isn't a single item, it's a door. Devil Rooms offer strong items for a price, usually a heart container, sometimes 2, and new players take every single deal because free power feels free. It isn't. Every devil deal you accept on a floor makes an angel room less likely to spawn on the next one, and taking enough of them can lock angel rooms out entirely for the rest of the run. Angel rooms have their own strong, permanent items, plus angel exclusive rewards you simply can't get any other way once that door closes. The actual decision isn't devil rooms bad. Plenty of strong runs lean hard into devil deals on purpose. The mistake is doing it by accident, taking 3 heart container deals in the first 2 floors because each one individually looked good, without realizing you'd quietly closed off an entire second reward track. Before you take a deal past the first one, it's worth a half-second gut check. Are you building a devil deal run on purpose, or just clicking the shiny thing again? A rough guideline plenty of experienced players use. Cap yourself around 2 or 3 deals per run unless you've specifically decided to commit to a full devil-only build, so you're making the call on purpose instead of by accident floor after floor. Here's a mistake that has nothing to do with picking the wrong item. It's an entire equipment slot that a huge share of new players never use at all. Trinkets sit in their own slot, separate from your active and passive items, and you can hold one the entire run for free. Some are situational, but plenty are quietly excellent for a beginner run. Cursed Skull increases curse room spawns for players hunting more devil and angel content. Wiggle Worm makes tears home in slightly, and a handful directly boost stats with zero downside. New players either never open the trinket pool at all, or they pick one up once, decide it did nothing noticeable, and stop checking the slot for the rest of their Isaac career. Every run, before you head into the first fight, it costs nothing to glance at what trinket you're holding and ask whether it actually fits what your run is trying to do. It's the single easiest free upgrade in the entire game, and it's sitting unused in more new player runs than any item on this list. Wiggle Worm and Cursed Skull are just 2 examples out of dozens. The point isn't memorizing every trinket's effect, it's building the habit of checking the slot exists at all. Last one, hoarding. New players collect pills, tarot cards, and runes like they're precious, saving them for some perfect moment that never actually arrives, and then die on floor 6 with a full pocket of unused items that could have won the fight. Cards and runes are tools, not trophies. The Chaos card clears the current room's rewards without a fight. The Death card near a boss can occasionally hand you a real shortcut through the fight. Pills are a coin flip until identified, sure, but an unidentified pill against a boss you're already struggling with is a better bet than a guaranteed loss from doing nothing. The habit worth building is simple. If you're not sure whether to use it, ask what specific future moment you're actually saving it for. If you can't name one, that item is doing more good in your hand right now than it ever will later. Isaac punishes hesitation a lot more consistently than it punishes using a card at a slightly wrong time. The same logic applies to actives you're not using. A money equals power, or a blank card sitting unused in your active slot for 6 floors is 6 floors of a tool doing nothing for you. None of these 5 things require better reflexes or 100 more hours. They're all decisions, not skill checks. Know what Dark Bum actually does before you grab it. Check your heart count before you tap a health cost active. Notice how many devil deals you've taken before the 3rd one closes the door behind you. Actually look at your trinket slot. And stop saving cards and pills for a perfect moment that isn't coming. Fix those 5 habits and your average run gets meaningfully longer without touching a single stat. Tomorrow, I'm looking at a new VR release worth your attention this week on the Quest 3 side of the channel. If today helped your next run, subscribing means you won't miss it. What's the item on your list that fooled you the first time you saw it? Drop it in the comments. Print this list out in your head once, and it stops being 5 separate things to remember and becomes one habit.